Welcome to Mama Cat's home and take 3 of this video. I've been trying to do this, but I keep stumbling over my words this morning. And this is a video that I've said I wanted to get out to you. And it is important to me to do what I say I'm going to do. And it is also important to me to get this done so that I can have it done and it won't be this way in my house anymore. It will be contained. Or it will be the way I want it to be stored. So what I'm doing today is I'm going to show you how that I vacuum seal things to store. There are some things that are not on this table that you can vacuum seal, but I will just try to leave a list, or not a list, but a website or 2 or 3 or 5, I don't know. Some good websites that I have followed that have helped me know what I can and cannot vacuum seal, what is safe and what is not. And I'm going to go ahead and tell you right now, vacuum sealing does not make non-perishables shelf stable. Now, if you vacuum seal to stick something in the freezer, that's fine. But do not vacuum seal cooked ground beef and think it's going to be okay in a month. It won't. It could kill you. So please know that only things that are shelf stable can be vacuum sealed and put on your shelf. So I just need to say that because I don't want anybody thinking that they can just use this instead of canning. You can't. I don't want anybody thinking that this is a safe way to store fresh fruits and vegetables. It's not. Not unless you are freezing it. Now, if you vacuum seal it and throw it in the freezer, great. But if you vacuum seal it and throw it in your pantry, it's going to be disgusting. And if you try to eat it, it could kill you. So please, only shelf-stable products. I just need to say that because I want to be safe. One of the things that's on this table, I'm not even sure if I'm going to vacuum seal or not. I just brought it out just to show you some different things that can be put into a vacuum seal bag or a jar or something like that. So I'm going to show you the foods first, and then I'm going to show you the tools second, and then I'm going to show you how to put the foods and the tools together to make happy times and make your food last longer. I'm also wanting to tell you right now, before I get any further into this, the reason why that I prep is not because I'm afraid of an apocalypse, not because I think the zombies are coming, not because let me turn this around. I don't think that the world's about to end or anything like that. I started doing all of this stuff years ago, not on the level I'm on now. I have just built up to this level, but I started doing it years ago because you never know when there might be a storm. We do live in a place where, no, we don't get direct hurricanes, but we do have some spin-offs from hurricanes, which we did actually have a hurricane go through a couple weeks ago. But we have had times where we went without power for over a week. And if you don't have power, that means all the things in this beautiful thing right here, I hope you can see it, those things usually go bad. And you want shelf-stable things. You also want to have things that are comforting and that, you know, a little something just to help you feel a little better about life whenever you are worried about not being able to do your laundry and not being able to feed your family without some sort of something. And you might want to have things like, say you're cooking on a camp stove. You want things that's going to cook quickly. You can use this as a protein in place of meat and have some pasta sauce and some pasta and make an awesome spaghetti. Yes, it will be meatless, but you still have protein. So there is a method to my madness. There is a reason why I store each thing I store. I may not go over every single thing with you whenever I go through my grocery hauls or whenever I talk about prepping, but if you do have any questions, leave them in the comments down below. Also, I will leave some links to some videos, or not videos. Oh my goodness. I will leave some links to some websites that will share what is safe to store like this and what is not. Because I don't want anybody doing anything and saying, well, Kathy said I could do this. No, Kathy didn't. Kathy's saying right now, do your research. These things are safe, but I'm only telling you that these things that I'm doing today are safe. Now, I don't know how long they last in these things. They could last years, they could last months. I'm not sure because we cycle through our stuff, but we don't use these a lot, but they will start being a little funky if you don't. So, take the air out and they won't get funky as fast. Also, you want to label things because, I mean, if it's not obvious, you want to label things so you don't mix them up. Like these things right here. Milk chocolate, semi-sweet. You want to label one of these. And I'll show you how that I'm going to label a temporary label on the jar for the milk chocolate ones. And let me just show you what I'm going to be doing. The semi-sweet, I got them on clearance. They were $2 off. They were 75 cents a bag. So I'm going to put some of those in a bag or in a jar or maybe a bag. I don't know yet. Got these little cookies. You can do cookies and crackers. They will last longer that way. Not indefinitely, but they will last longer. Now, the shelf date on this is November of 2021. So that is a whole year from now. I could keep this in my pantry just like this for a year. But even though it says November 2021, I have had things that are in packages like this still not be good. Like, they'll get stale, even if they're in that package. So I'm going to show you a way you can make them last a little bit longer, but they'll still be easy to get to. The milk chocolate morsels, semi-sweet. Again, I had bought this from Sam's before I had found these. So they're the same thing. They're both semi-sweet. It's just these are the different brand. Okay, lentils, I've shown you that a little bit. You can do different kinds of beans and peas, any kind of like the dry beans and stuff. Some light brown sugar, I'm going to do that. You can do other sugar as well, but the reason why I am doing this light brown sugar, well, I'll tell you why I'm doing this bag too. These lentils I could leave in this bag just like this until 2021. I could leave this brown sugar in here until June of 2022. But this is a bag that anybody could... Where was that spot I was going to show you? There was a spot right there. No, it's not ripped. I don't know if you can see it. Hopefully you can. It's not ripped, but it will be very easy to rip that. And not only would lentils be a huge mess, same with sugar, but you would have your food wasted. So that's why I'm going to do those two things. I need to quit hitting them. Okay. I think I might not do the caramel bits. I had thought about it, but I don't know yet. Because they are kind of squishy. But I don't know if I want to do those. Because I don't know if I have enough jars. That will be a maybe. And the mini chocolate chip, that's not chocolate chip. The mini M&M's baking bits, because I use these for Noah's Monster cookies. So those are the things I'm going to show you today, and I'm going to show you now the tools. I'm probably not going to use this one, but I did take it out just to share it with you. This is the lid for a food saver for vacuum sealing. This, the regular mouth, and this is the wide mouth. I have two sizes of bags. This is the 8-inch, and it's 18 feet on this whole roll, and then you make your bags the length you want them. And this is the 11-inch. I already have the 11-inch inside here, and it comes in 14 feet rolls. If you can get them on clearance, buy them then. It's very hard to find them right now. It's getting a little easier, but I already had a very good stock. Another thing you can use are these food saver bags that you can vacuum seal. You use this little tool here, which I will share. I have a lot of those. Some I've never used, but these you can reuse under certain circumstances. I'm going to be using jars. I have half gallon and quart. And then a brake bleeder kit. This is from Mama's Kitchen. This does not get used on cars. Only on food items or things that you want to vacuum seal in a jar. So nothing dirty will be used. I'm not going to be using these two things, so I'm going to scoot them out of my way. Okay, so I'm going to set up my camera, and I'm going to get started on sharing how I'm doing all this stuff. Okay, so I got 2 more tools out that I forgot to tell you about. The scissors and a small knife, and you'll see why I'm using those or why I need those in a moment. But something else I need to say, all of your jars need to be clean. Super duper clean. Super duper sanitized. All of your work area needs to be clean. So, that is something else. Now, we're going to start with the brown sugar. Now, I could put the brown sugar in one of these bags, zip it up, and vacuum seal it here at this little dot thingy. But I want to keep these little things for stuff that I might want to get in and out of a lot sooner. And so I just keep those back for other occasions, I guess you could say. And so I'm going to use my vacuum seal little bags, and I'm going to create my own bag. And one thing I did not say, some of these items that I will be putting into the bags, for this kind of bag, you can also reuse this bag. Not everything that I'm doing, well actually yeah, everything today, because I'm not putting much in the bags. But I'm going to go ahead and kind of measure out what I would need for my bag. And you've got to think about, okay, I'm going to be sealing this, so I need space for the seal, and I also need space for, I need a space for the seal on both ends. So I'm going to cut my bag that size, and then I'm going to go right here, and I'm going to push, I'm going to put this in. If you don't know how to use a vacuum sealer, here you go. A food saver. I hope you guys can see all of this. Yes, you can see this. And I'm going to push seal. I'm not going to push vacuum or, to vacuum seal it. I'm just pushing seal. Okay, so that end is sealed. I have a bag now, see? I can use this bag for multiple uses. I can use it for camping. I can use it for lots of things. But I want to use it for this today. Now, if you pay attention, this brown sugar doesn't really have much air in it, but it does have a tiny bit, which means whenever you go to vacuum seal this, it's going to still have this air in the bag. So what I want to do is poke a little hole with my knife in a spot where I would already be opening it from the top or bottom, and I will remember that I have that hole there, and the hole will be on the end that is towards the seal end, which this end is going to be bigger than the other. I don't know if I'm explaining this very well. This is my method, the way I want to do it. And I do have 3 bags of this, and I could put 2 in here. Actually, I may go ahead and put 2 in here. Let's see. I kind of don't want to put 2 because I probably won't need 2 at one time. Yeah, no, I'm not going to do that. And I know people will say, oh, well, you're wasting your vacuum seal bags. Well, these can be reused, and when I need this brown sugar, all I've got to do is wash this and reuse it. And if I need it that bad to seal something else, I'll take the brown sugar out of it and put it in another container. So I'm going to try to get that brown sugar down below that little slit that I cut into it, which it is. I know I'm making all kind of noise with this camera. I'm so sorry. Put that in. And I was going to say, put that in and put it on dry, which is already on dry, because mine has a dry moist setting right there. Maybe you can see it. I don't know. Anyway, I was going to say that I was going to put it on dry, but I put it in a little too far. But as you can see, this is vacuum sealed. There's no air in there. There's no air in the bag on the inside. And everything is in there. And no, this will not hurt your brown sugar. It will not turn it into a brick. It's fine. Don't worry. I wouldn't do it if it was going to ruin it, because this is money right here. So I'm not going to show you all 3 of these. I'm just going to show you this one, and I'll do the other 2 off camera later. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is the lentils, and I'm going to use one of my half-gallon jars, and I know that echoed into the jar. I know this is not big enough, but I don't have a bigger size jar, so I'm using what I have, and this is what I'm going to use my scissors for. Now, I will show you this one using the vacuum seal machine, but I'll show you something else using the other, brake bleeder kit. Huh, that's what it's called. I have shared that before. So there's my jar of lentils. Then I will put, I have hidden my stuff from myself. There it is. I will put my top on. And then I will put my food saver attachment on there. Hopefully you can see. Can you see? Yes, but not all of it. Let me move you up. So sorry. This is very awkward for me to do this today. Because it's important. And I get nervous when I do important ones. When I do. It's like some things are not, like if I mess up on the video, it's not that big of a deal. But this is not only playing with your money, it's also playing with your food supply. So that's a big deal to me. Okay, so I put the attachment on, and then I put the other little hose that is connected to it, and my food saver machine has an accessory button, so I'm going to push that. Okay, I'm going to take that off, and then take this off. It's got a little gasket inside, this little ring that sometimes comes off. So that is sealed. It's on there. I'm not going to do any more than that because this is heavy. And you don't have to put this little ring on. I just do. I don't know why. But you don't have to. And there's your lentils sealed up, ready to go. And yes, there is, you know, some space in there. I didn't have to leave space, but I did. Because I just, actually there's more space in there because the air come up and these got compressed some too. I don't think that the camera will catch it, but you can see the, I got sugar on my finger. You can see the different products that you're vacuum sealing start moving in there. It's weird, but it's cool. So now I'm going to show you another thing that you could do with your lentils, but I don't prefer it, and I will tell you why I don't prefer it. Okay, so the other thing you could do with your lentils is put it in one of these zip top bags, or in a bag that you create using your little roll. But this is why I don't prefer that. I have stored rice in these bags before. And now, if I was going to store it in a bag that I created with this whole bag, like I did the sugar, it wouldn't bother me one bit to store it that way. But when I stored that rice that way, somehow, I don't know what the reason was, but all the air came out. I mean, all the air got back in. So sorry, you're taking the air out. So I don't know if maybe it was something that I did, but I want to have a almost 100% chance that no air is going to get in there. So I choose to use a jar instead of a bag for my rice and beans. So I'm going to move those over there, and I'm not going to show you the other bag because what's the point in showing you two things the same exact thing? Alright, so now I'm going to do the same exact thing with the M&Ms. And you don't necessarily have to do the M&Ms. I just prefer to because we do have a lot here. And if they're vacuum sealed, people don't munch on them as easily. That is another trick. If they can't get into them as easily, they don't mess with them. And I can use them for baking. I didn't even open that. Another thing that has zero to do, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to leave these in here and somebody can have them for a snack. Another thing that has nothing to do with vacuum sealing, has nothing to do with food storage, but you know the little mini M&Ms you get from in the little tubes? That's what these are. These are cheaper. Buy your children these if you want to buy them the mini M&Ms. Vacuum sealed M&Ms for later use so that you can have them and they won't be stale or gross or whatever. Now I'm going to show you how I'm going to do the cookies. Got to put that back together so I can share this part. I'm going to put these in one of these bags. And the reason why is because these are shorter term storage. You already know that the shelf life is all the way into next year. I showed you that. But if I put them in this, it'll last without getting stale at all. So here's the only thing whenever you start to use this right here. You've got to make sure. My battery died on me, but what I was saying is you might want to have something under this little doodad on this corner because that way it has a little, it's level more because the cookies are sticking up and I don't know how to explain it. It just makes it easier to vacuum seal. So I'm going to hit accessory or push accessory. And as you can see, they are in there. And yes, it might break a couple of cookies, but it's not going to do so much that it's going to matter. You can also buy a like a little tiny machine, like this little machine right here. I don't know if you can see it. That one. Is it on camera? Yeah, that one right there. You can buy a little one like that that's a portable one instead of having the big machine if you just want to do things like this, or if you want to just do the jars. You don't have to have a big machine. We have a big machine because we put up a lot of our own meats and stuff. So now I'm going to go on to the chocolate chips. And why do I have a lid and thing there? No jar. I don't know. So, the chocolate chips, I'm not going to do with this machine because I'm going to show you my other fun gadget. I'm just going to leave that hanging there until I'm done because if not, it's going to take a minute because it does take time to put that back. Let me grab the chocolate chips. need to get the actual parts I need. Let me actually show you that. There's a lot of accessories in this. I don't know what some of this stuff is for. My husband can tell you, but I don't know. But you need the little hose. There's a couple of them in here. There's short ones, and then there's this long one. I like the longer ones. But then there's a little attachments you can put on. So it's super easy. It's on Amazon. I don't have an Amazon store or an Amazon affiliate or anything like that, but I will try to link that down below. So I'm going to get this ready by hooking this to this, and that will be on standby for after I get all of this done. And yes, I make sure that my brake bleeder kit thingy is clean at all times because it's being used in my kitchen. So I'm gonna bump the camera. I'm gonna open these up, pour them in here, and then I'll show you the rest. You've already seen me put one of these lids on and put this little doodad on. But there's a difference whenever you use this, because this is manual. This means you don't need any kind of power other than muscle power. So what you do, I hope you can see this, you put that little doodad into that hole and you hold it there. If you can hold it there. And then you pump this up just like this. And I pump it up until it gets around on 15. I don't know if you can see that or not. Let me see if I can get this. See the 15 maybe. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it or not. But you pump it up until it gets to 15. Okay, so I don't know if you're going to be able to see it, and I won't be able to hold my hand behind it, but it's on 15. As long as you hold this like this, the pressure's going to hold. It's going to stay there. But the minute if you just like let this wobble and stuff, it's going to be gone. So what you need to do is very quickly pull that out. Or all that work you just did is going to be wasted because the air is going to come out. Just like a car tire if you push the valve stem, or a bicycle tire or something like that. So you have to be quick to take that out. I mean, you don't have to be like Superman or whatever quick, but pretty quick to make sure you don't waste all that energy. And then there it is, sealed up. Now, I know someone asked me to talk more about the brake bleeder kit or to share it more. I don't really know what to share other than what I just showed you, because that's just how easy it is. Yes, it does take more time. Yes, it is more labor intensive. But honestly, I need to be doing things like that because I found my hands are weaker than they used to be. But now we have chocolate chips, vacuum sealed, saved for later, and you don't have to worry about them going stale because they will go stale. So I think that's all that I have that I'm going to vacuum seal today. I have a mess. I mean, I'm going to vacuum seal the rest of my stuff, but not on camera, because what's the point? I don't know if you can see me. I don't know. I can't see. I'm asking for, I told my husband I wanted a new GoPro with the screen on the front so that I could see if you can see me. So, anyways, those are just some of the things. I think I shared everything. Let me move all my paraphernalia because I have everything everywhere. When I start doing stuff, especially if I'm filming, things get a little crazy. I'm not going to do every single of the chocolate chips and stuff. Oh, I was going to show you how I label the chocolate chips, the milk chocolate ones. So let me real quick go get another jar and I'll share that part. I'll be right back. Alright, so I'm going to do the milk chocolate ones. I totally forgot I said I was going to do that, but then I remembered, so that's okay, I remember it. I would have remembered later on today, and I would have been kicking myself, and I'd be like, oh, I gotta go record some more because I forgot, and I don't want to lie to my people. All right, so I don't know if this is going to be big enough. This is a 1 pound, 7 ounce bag. What was that sound? Ta-da! They fit. Especially if you do something like that. Like that, they work. All right, so I'm going to stick that on there. Same thing. And I'm going to use... Well, no, not same thing. See, that's why you want to make sure your gasket is in place. Hello, woman, you know that. I didn't have my gasket in place, so it wasn't so easy. So let me do this real quick. We'll use my opposite hand, give my hand equal opportunity to have strength, or both of my hands. That's on there. Put my little lid on. And all I'm going to do is be still. Take my bag and cut out around where it says milk chocolate chips. I'm going to cut it some. Now these are my kitchen scissors. Only kitchen things can be used. With these can be, you know, you don't go use them anywhere else. Just like my sewing scissors, you don't use them anywhere else. If it's food related, you are more than welcome to use my kitchen shears or scissors or whatever you want to call them. So, this is not going to be perfect, it's not going to be wonderful, but I do want to take off any excess that's unnecessary for me to know what this product is. And I know I can look at it and say, oh, that's chocolate chips. Yeah, I can do that. Honestly, I could look at it and say, oh, that's milk chocolate. They don't look the same. They're not as dark. Some people can't. So it is better to go ahead and label it. And what I do is I take a piece of packing tape that I have somehow gotten my hair on. My hair falls out all the time. I mean, all the time. That's why I'm super careful when I'm in the kitchen, and I usually have my hair up when I'm in the kitchen. Almost all the time my hair's up. So what I do is I just take, and it almost just vacuum seals itself to it. There's a little bit of that. And I put that like that. There goes another hair. Oh, good grief. At least it's not in the food, right? Right, okay. I don't know where that one, that's the same hair. It's got to be. It just keeps coming back. Get off there. It's not ready yet. So, this is a temporary. This is not a permanent thing. It can last for a long time. But I take and I put it on a spot that is can you wait? It doesn't want to wait. I put it on a spot that's kind of flatter as much as I can. And it can stay on there for years, honestly. Because I have some, or I have had some till I swapped out stuff that I had on for years. But now you have it labeled, so you don't have to wonder, is that milk chocolate, dark chocolate, semi-sweet chocolate? What kind of chocolate is that? But, yeah. And I know mostly what I did today was junk food. But if you think about it, if you're in a situation where that you have some pretty sad stuff going on, you're going to want some junk food. At least, you know, comfort food, whatever, you know. But I'm going to take this apart because I'm not going to use it anymore. I'm not going to take that in. Yes, I am. There we go. It's not hard. It just, I don't want to break it. I don't guess you could break it very easily. I mean, it is a tool for working on cars. But I'm just super careful because I love my little brake bleeder kit. So, if you have any questions, leave them in the comment, in the comment section below. If you have any tips that you would like to share that I don't know about, or that I don't share here, that you might know that I don't, or whatever reason, let me know that in the comments down below. If you have a friend that you think would benefit from this video, go ahead and share it. And, like this video if you like it. Make sure you subscribe if you have not already, and you would like to, and hit the bell so you'll be notified whenever I upload. Also, like I said, make sure that you are careful about what you are putting away in this manner, because not everything can be done like this. You don't want to, number one, you don't want to kill your family or make them sick. Number two, you don't want to waste your money by wasting your food. So, know what you're putting away before you do it. But I will leave some links to some websites down below about this type of thing and the food safety parts of it. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Remember, don't take any wooden nickels, and be sweet.